Perfect. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye. Do we have another question? Love when I get these. Let's see who this one's from though. This one comes from Bethany Drainer. That's funny. That's my wife. What is she gonna ask? How does having a family affect you as a real estate agent? It's a good question. And you know what? I think I have the best person for this answer. Follow me real quick. Hey, babe. Hey, Brickley.
How was your day?
It was good. It was really good. I am, sorry. I was just trying to get in. She's crazy sometimes. So, ironically, today, I got a question from somebody. I find this interesting. It said, how does having a family affect the way you sell real estate? Oh, that was you. Okay. Well, let's chat about it. I want to know. I got some questions for you.
Well, that's why I asked the question.
When I got into real estate, I didn't have a family per se. I consider my wife my family, of course, but we didn't have any children. We weren't even pregnant for a couple years while I was in the business. So that was the time where I built the business up. You know, with it being, I'd say, the husband-wife dynamic, where we can drop everything, we can go, and we can, you know, we can have dinner with clients. We can, you know, it was all very simple. It was very on the go. Very, let's do this, let's do that, let's go to this event, let's go to this charity, this. You know, we can do all these things. And then Crew was born, and everything changed, and it was amazing. So how do you think me selling real estate affects our family?
Well, I think as a spouse, it's amazing to be able to see your husband do something that, you know, he loves every day. He wakes up every day and he loves to do that, and that's what you want. So I think that that's a great thing, like, for our family, and a great feeling.
I was wondering why you asked this question. I was just curious. Interesting.
I also think it's amazing whenever you help our friends and our family, and I kind of am also involved in that process, and so I get to see them make the biggest investment of their life. So
it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing it from your point of view, because I never think, we don't talk about that a lot. Like, I don't know, I find that interesting and awesome.
So how do you think, now that we have Crew and having a family, how do you think that affects the way you help other people?
It's a good question. I'm glad that you're the one that's asking it, because now that I have a family, whereas before it was just me and you, now it's me, you, and Crew. But the fact that I have Crew now changes the way that I look at any family that I help, whether it's a young family, a first-time home buyer, or you know, an elderly couple and their kid is helping them find the home that they're going to stay in for the rest of their lives, their forever home. I look at it as, now that I have Crew, I see that family, that young family doesn't even have a kid yet, but they just got married and they're going to eventually have a kid. It plays in my mind over and over again of, you know what, eventually these two are gonna have a kid. They're gonna have 2 kids, 3 kids, I don't know, but they're gonna have a family, and they're gonna grow that family up. And then when I go to the elderly couple with the kid helping them, I think, you know, when Crew gets older, she's gonna have us. And it's just really cool to see that. And it kind of makes me more emotionally invested. I know real estate agents or realtors are supposed to be, you know, not emotionally invested in any of this. But the fact is, you can't help it. You can't help but get emotionally invested with something like that. So that's how I feel like it's changed me. Because originally, like, I would just look at them as a younger couple. You know, they're just first time home buyer. I'm helping them find a house. I'm doing this for, you know, my family. But now that we have a baby girl, I'm not only providing for you and myself, but I'm providing for a little one that she's not able to provide for her own. So it's a different dynamic. I find it very intriguing.
Have you thought about the house being a part of like Crew's memory? Like knowing
No,
that
but that's awesome. And she's about to cry. So
I think so.
I have not. No,
Like,
I have not thought about that one time. But I can
I've
say
thought
that I
of,
did.
no, I've thought about like if we like leave this house.
You grew up in the same house your entire
I
life.
did.
I grew up in like 7.
Yes. So all my childhood memories are there in one place.
So you have thought about that.
Mhm.
Whereas I'm like, we ain't moving. But I mean, if you think about it this way too, and I'm now playing it in my mind of, you know, I spent a lot of time on Crew's room, right? And you know, from the wood wall, accent wall, onto getting help with the paint of the room itself from Jackie and Kevin, and just the way we put it all together, and how much time we spent on that. And then when she's going to grow up in that room, I think about what her memories are going to be in playing in that room specifically. Or she'll always remember that wood accent wall. Or, you know what I mean? She'll always remember that little library that we built for us. I don't know. Now that I put that into perspective, I now think about, okay, if I'm helping a client and I see them with their kid and they're picturing that, and they're like, you know, what can I do? That's, I mean, you can't get more personal than that, you know?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm crying.
I told you, man. Make those tears flow. You think?
Yeah. I don't know. Just
When she talks about Crew, man, it's deep. It's a deep love.
Do you want this to be your forever home for us?
Do you?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I just think about it that way, and I'm like, you know, I could just see her running down the steps, a million miles an hour,
Right.
probably following me a couple of times. She'd be clumsy like me. And then, you know, coming in here, we're yelling up at her, hey, dinner's ready or whatever, and then we're sitting at the table, you know, having dinner every single night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really thought about this being her forever home. I just, because I've always thought of it as an investment.
Right.
And I guess there's always 2 ways to look at it. There's the emotional side. And then there's the, you know, it's an investment side. If you stay here forever, it's still a great investment later on. So, I don't know. It's interesting.